Hey everybody, I'm just going to show you how to change a tyre on your car, whether it be flat or whether it's worn out, whatever the case may be. But we'll show you the simplest way of removing your car tyre. First of all, you need to locate your jack, which looks like this. You need this to wind the jack up, which usually is somewhere near the jack, and also a wheel brace. And if you've got a flat tyre and you need to change your tyre, you also need a spare tyre. Most cars have these space saver tyres, which I think are pretty dangerous. But anyway, we'll get right down to business. So once you've located your jack and your wind up handle and your wheel brace, you need to find the location of your jacking points, and your jacking points are usually found in the front part of your car, which you can see here. It's close to the wheel, and on the back of the car it's usually underneath, but we're just going to show you the front of the car for now, and they're pretty much similar all around the whole car. So I'll show you the jacking points and then we'll get right down to it. Okay, I'm going to try and find you the jacking points. They're usually located in the front part of the car, as I stated before. But if you get your jack, and we'll get underneath this car and we'll show you the jacking points. You can see where the front tyre is. Don't put your jack underneath here, which is the guard. It's very soft there. You put it underneath here, it'll crack your guard. So your jacking points are usually located further in, as you can see where this hole is. That's my jacking point there. Okay, so we need to get the jack and stick it under that, because it's solid steel there. So you locate the jack. I'll be turning it the right way. Make sure this bit here is facing out towards you and away from the wheel. So you stick it underneath there and you wind that up so it sits underneath there, as you can see. Wind it up by hand, get it so it's actually touching that jacking point, and turn it with your hand like this so it locks in there. It's really tight now. And then what you need to do is you need to grab this baby here, and this end goes into this end here like that, and locks in there, and this turns to wind it up. If you wind it away from you, it's winding it up. Okay, and then what you need to do is wind it up so the wheel is halfway off the ground. Don't wind it all the way up, because you need to untighten the lock nut, the wheel nuts. Okay, if you jack it right up, then the wheel just turns. So you need to wind the jack up only halfway. Okay, I've wound this up halfway. See, the wheel is not actually off the ground yet, so we need to unloosen the wheel nuts. And this is where your wheel brace comes in. It looks like this. Okay, those just go into the lock into there. Okay, some of these wheel nuts might be a little bit tough to get off, so you might have to use a little bit of force, but I'll show you different ways that you can get these off if they're real tough. Well, as you can see, I'm going to try and get this wheel nut off. As you can see, you have to use a bit of force to get this off. Okay, so usually they unloosen when you push them down and come off. Okay, sometimes you can use your foot on this wrench, push it down. Okay, that's what I find easier, is use your foot. push it down. Makes it so much easier. And they're all loosened off now. So once they're loosened off a bit, don't take them all the way out, because you need to jack the rest of the car up so that the wheel is off the ground. Okay, after you've jacked it up, then we can remove the wheel nuts. The best place to start is on your bottom one. Push the wheel in and loosen off. Do these by hand rather than using this. It's easier. One off. Once that's one off, you can use both hands if you want to get two of the nuts off. It's way easier unless you've got a socket set. A socket set makes this job so much quicker and so much easier. So, there we go. There's your wheel off. Okay, to put your wheel back on, you need to line your holes up with these here. Once you get your wheel back on your tyre, I need you to put the bottom one on and hand tight these. Put them on by hand, it's easier. Get these on. And put these on. The reason why you do them by hand is so you don't cross-thread them. And if you want to, you can use a wheel brace. Stick it on and wind them. Okay, when you tighten these up, just hand tighten them. Don't have to do these up real tight now, because what you need to do now is you need to jack the car down so the wheel is touching the ground, and then after that you can tighten them up fully. Rightio, I've wound this down halfway. It's not actually all the way down yet, because what we need to do now is we need to tighten these wheel nuts up. Okay, so put the wheel brace back in there. Okay, we need to pull these real tight, get some leverage on there. I might take both hands. Okay, give them a real good yank. You don't want them too tight, otherwise they're hard to get off when you get another flat tire, and you don't want to be struggling trying to get these wheel nuts off. They don't have to be real tight. They only have to be firm. Okay? So just give them a nice, good firm, and that's sufficient enough for the wheel to stay on, as long as they're firm. And now what you do now is you wind the jack all the way down, and that's pretty much your tyre change. So I just hope that this all works for everybody out there, and I've explained it pretty simply to everybody. But yeah, it's not really hard to change a tyre. But yeah, best of luck to everyone. Thanks.